If you find yourself waking up exhausted even after 8 hours of sleep, or feeling completely drained by tiny routine decisions, do you actually know what your body is trying to tell you? Most women dismiss it. They blame poor sleep habits, a busy week, or just getting older. But behind that physical heaviness, there's something much deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most misunderstood and quietest forms of burnout a woman can experience: somatic emotional exhaustion. And if you keep ignoring it, which most women do because they've been trained to power through, your nervous system will eventually make the choice for you. Let's talk about what your body is really trying to tell you when your mind refuses to admit you've reached your limit. 1. The debunk. The unexplained physical heaviness. Have you ever sat down at the end of a completely average day and felt like your limbs were made of lead? Most people think emotional exhaustion looks like crying, breaking down, or visibly falling apart. We assume that if we aren't crying in the bathroom, we must be doing fine. Here's what's actually happening. Your mind has become an expert at overriding your feelings. You've trained yourself to keep a calm face, meet every deadline, and hold space for everyone around you. But while your mind can rationalize and push forward, your body keeps an accurate ledger. When you store unexpressed stress, boundary violations, and emotional labor inside, your muscles remain in a constant low-grade state of contraction. That unexplained heaviness isn't laziness, it is the physical weight of everything you refuse to speak aloud. Think about that for a second. You aren't tired because you did too much physical work. You're tired because holding yourself together takes a massive amount of physical energy. Your body isn't failing you, it's simply refusing to carry the invisible emotional burden you keep pretending isn't there. Let's look at how deep this physical connection actually goes. 2. The science, the high-alert digestive system, and sleep loop. Why does your stomach flare up or turn into knots during prolonged periods of subtle stress? And why can't you fall asleep even when you're exhausted? Common wisdom tells us to just drink more water, eat better, or take a melatonin. We treat the gut and sleep as isolated problems to fix with quick remedies. Here's what's actually happening. Psychological research into the gut-brain axis and polyvagal theory shows that your vagus nerve acts as a direct communication highway between your brain and your body. When you carry chronic emotional exhaustion, your autonomic nervous system gets stuck in a state of hypervigilance, a continuous, low-level fight-or-flight mode. Studies show that high levels of unexpressed psychological stress release continuous cortisol, which alters gut biome integrity and inhibits deep, restorative REM sleep. You lie in bed physically spent, but your nervous system is still scanning for potential problems, keeping your heart rate elevated and your digestion disrupted. This isn't just a physical inconvenience. It is a neurological cry for safety. Your body is staying awake to protect you because it senses that your boundary limits have been dangerously crossed for too long. Understanding this biological alarm system brings us to a crucial question. Why did we learn to ignore these signals in the first place? 3. The conditioning. The good girl nervous system. Did you learn early in life that being good, helpful, and strong meant never being a burden to anyone else? We often assume that our tendency to overfunction and push past our physical limits is just a strong work ethic or a caring personality trait. Here's what's actually happening. You weren't born with a habit of ignoring your physical exhaustion. It was taught to you. From a young age, many women are subtly conditioned to measure their self-worth by their utility to others. You learned that love, approval, and safety were tied to how much you could handle without complaining. Over time, your nervous system paired saying no or showing weakness with the threat of rejection or disapproval. If this subtle pattern feels familiar, please consider subscribing to the channel. We post warm, psychologically grounded videos every week to help you understand your mind, unlearn self-sacrificing habits, and heal your nervous system. You didn't choose this chronic exhaustion out of habit. You inherited it out of a deep desire to be accepted and safe. 4. The deep root, the inner protector. Visual, warm, soft art of an adult woman sitting beside a younger version of herself, wrapping a blanket around her shoulders. Where does this overwhelming need to keep going, even when your body is screaming for rest, truly come from? It's easy to feel angry at yourself for not setting firmer boundaries or for taking on too much. You might ask yourself, why do I keep doing this to myself? Here's what's actually happening. The part of you that refuses to rest is actually an ancient survival mechanism. At some point in your past, perhaps in childhood or during a chaotic past relationship, staying hypervigilant and anticipating everyone else's needs was the only way you felt secure. The little girl inside you learned that if she relaxed, something would go wrong. The physical tension you feel today is that same inner child still standing guard. She isn't trying to sabotage your health, she is using the only protective tool she ever learned: relentless effort. When you view your physical symptoms through this lens, the shame disappears. Your body isn't betraying you, it is desperately trying to get you to realize that the danger has passed, and it is finally safe to lower your shield. 5. The selective pattern: safe spaces versus high masking spaces. Have you ever noticed that your body feels entirely different around house or in specific environments? Are you allergic to your own society? You might think your physical symptoms are completely random, that your fatigue, migraines, or muscle tightness just flare up out of nowhere without rhyme or reason. Here's what's actually happening. Your emotional exhaustion is highly selective. Take close attention to when your body feels tight and wired versus when it feels soft and heavy. You don't mask your exhaustion around everyone equally. Around safe people and in safe spaces, your body finally feels permission to drop its guard, which often results in a sudden, overwhelming wave of fatigue, because it's finally safe enough to rest. Conversely, in spaces where you feel judged, tested, or expected to perform, your body immediately stiffens back up. Your intuition knows exactly where you are safe and where you are operating on borrowed energy. Your body's reactions aren't random glitches. They are precise, real-time feedback about who and what is draining your vitality. 6. The recovery: listening to the whisper before the scream. What would happen if you stopped treating your body's exhaustion as an enemy to overcome and started treating it as a messenger? The common approach to burnout is to push through until a weekend or vacation, assuming that 2 days of rest will fix months of internal strain. Here's what's actually happening. Your body always whispers before it screams. The low energy, the brain fog, the digestive flutter, the jaw clenching, these are gentle whispers asking for boundary shifts, real rest, and self-compassion. If you ignore the whispers, your body will eventually force you to stop through illness or complete collapse. True healing doesn't require a radical, overnight life overhaul. It starts with honoring small physical signals, saying no to an optional request when your neck feels tight, lying down for 10 minutes without your phone, or acknowledging, "I am doing too much, and it is okay to stop." If your body is currently showing signs of emotional exhaustion, take a slow, deep breath and give yourself permission to release the guilt. You haven't failed at managing your life. You have simply been carrying heavy things for too long without enough support. You don't need to earn your rest by burning out first. Your worth isn't tied to your productivity, and taking care of your nervous system is the most profound act of self-care you can practice. Listen to what your body is telling you today. It isn't asking you to fix everything at once. It's just asking you to finally put down what isn't yours to carry. Thank you for watching. Take gentle care of yourself today, and I'll see you in the next video.